guys, so this is a video on my Mountview audition in 2018, just to talk you a bit through the day and hopefully give you some reassurance that it's all going to be okay. So for Mountview, I think it's kind of like a natural makeup look. Uniform and things, I don't think they gave a specific thing of what they wanted you to wear, so I generally just go with the leotard tights look and, you know, a dress or like nice smart casual trousers, t-shirt. So the day starts at 9:30. This one for me, I realised a lot of them started at like 8:30ish, but starting at 9:30 actually makes such a difference in terms of travelling. I did realise that this one took me longer than I thought it would because it was rush hour. I mean, I was travelling on the tube. I don't know how you guys are travelling there, but yeah, maybe keep that in mind, that it might just take you a little bit longer than you thought it would to get there. So you want to arrive in your dance wear, ideally the dress leotard trick, so ideally with your singing dress on top, but if not, they usually say, are you in your dance wear when you get there, so just make sure that you go in like your leotard. So we got there and we registered, and they gave you a number badge with your name and your number on like this, and you have to wear that all day. This was in the old Wood Green building. I know they've now moved to Peckham, so I'm sure the setup will probably be different, but this is just from my audition experience. We went upstairs and there was around 60 of us there, and we all sat in the canteen, and it was MTs and also actor musos there at the same time. So we just sat and chatted to other people about, you know, where you've auditioned and stuff before they called us in. So they split us into group A and B, but we all did a group singing warm-up all together at the very beginning, and then group A went off and did their singing and their monologue, and group B stayed and did the dance workshop. So I was in group B, so I'll just go through the order that I did things in. In the dance workshop, there was 2 people on the panel. One of them was marking and the other one was teaching the class. So one of them did the exercises and then the other one did the routine, so they swapped over. It was just a normal jazz class, normal jazz technical exercises like pliés, tendus, kicks, leaps, 4 double pirouettes in the centre, I think. The only thing that was unexpected in that is, obviously this differs from every teacher you have, but she taught all 3 of the like corner work exercises at once, and then we had to do them all in 1s or in 2s. So it was just, you had to remember everything she'd said and then perform them all, rather than doing like learn, perform, learn, perform. So that was a bit unexpected, but it's fine. But yeah, that was something I just might need to concentrate on if they still do that. For my audition, they didn't swap the lines when we were learning the dance, so get to the front if you can, just so it's easier to learn it all. They also said it was all about the face. They just wanted you to really act the piece and just look like you were having a great time. Our dance was really cool. I really loved the dance this year at Mountview. And we performed it in groups of 6, and you did it twice and they staggered and swapped the lines. So you have 2 chances to do it, and they did give you quite a lot of time to go over it and stuff, so it wasn't too rigorous. Like, it was quite a fast routine, but they gave us quite a lot of time to learn it. And that was the dance call for me. And then they gave us 15 minutes to change and do like any extra warm-ups, singing warm-ups, anything you wanted to do, obviously because we'd done it before the dance call. So we had 15 minutes, so it wasn't rushed, but I'd say you can't take your time. And I remember in my first year at Mountview, I completely lost my group and got really lost. There was like 4 people with me as well, but we did lose our group, so don't do that. Make sure you stick to your group so you don't then end up rushing. And because the first year I didn't even have time to get changed for my singing call because I'd got lost. So yeah, don't do that. So then they split our group into half. So there were 60 of you at the beginning, and then they split us into like 30 and 30, and then they split that 30 in half again. So there was around 15 people in my singing and my monologue call. So first I did the acting workshop, and that was just with 1 guy on the panel. A year before that as well, it was just 1 guy as well. So you had to take a Shakespeare monologue and a contemporary monologue, and they send you a list of like playwrights that they don't want you to do your monologue from and things like that, so make sure you pay attention to that. I know there's a lot of Shakespeare characters they ask you like not to do. I'm not sure why, but that's just their preference, so just make sure that you've stuck to their guidelines. So yeah, he just said choose which speech you want to do, and he just asked your name, where you're from, what speech you're gonna do. Practically everyone, after they've done their first speech, he just asked to see a bit of their other one. He did do some redirection, not a lot of people though, most people he didn't. The people he did do redirection for were just things like making them project more and like thinking about the words, just imagining like you're here and you have to say it to the person over there, things like that. So it wasn't majorly redirecting, it was just quite simple things. In my 2017 audition, he did redirect me. I did my modern speech and he said sit on your hands and stare at this brick on the wall, and that's all you can do. Like, you can't use your hands. And like, you'll probably notice from my videos, I use my hands a lot to express how I'm feeling. And my eyes wander quite a bit. I think that was his direction. So he said, no, you have to stare at this brick. You can't move your hands from sitting underneath them. You can't move your hands. He said, you have to convince the brick of how you're feeling. So I was like, okay. So that was my redirection from the first year. So after that, we went into the singing hall with the same group of people who you've done your monologue with. Make sure that they can see your name badge. Don't let your hair be in the way and everything. So they ask what your 2 songs are, and you tell them your 2 songs that you're gonna sing, but 9 times out of 10 they ask everyone to sing their legit song, so be prepared to do that. Around 1 out of 10 she asked to see a bit of your other song. Then after that, that was it. Then we had a break and we had a Q&A with Mountview 3rd years, I think they were. So that was really good. Literally, like, it was with everyone there, so it was like 50 of us. I'm not sure how many musos were there, but and they just said ask any questions you want to ask. And I took my journal and I wrote down all the answers to all the questions and that. I think if you have got any questions that you'd want to ask them, obviously it's all quite new with them moving to Peckham as well, so a lot of the things like living and stuff, I'm sure they'll still be finding that out, but that was like 20 minutes, half an hour maybe. And then after that they came back in with their decision. So they split you into 3 groups. So I'm not sure if this is the right order, but they do group 1 and then they just read out a list of names and then they ask them to go into a room, and then they do group 2, they read out a list of names and ask them. Everyone else who's left in the room has got a no, and then the 2 groups that go out. So one of the groups is yes, we'd like to see you for a recall, and then the other group is we'd not like to see you for a recall, but we'd like to offer you something else. So that's what I got my first year auditioning. They asked me to audition for the foundation course, and if they ask you to do these things, like, they offer it for free. So I got offered a free audition for the foundation course. My friend got offered a free audition for the acting course, and he actually got into the acting course. So I mean, they're offering these free auditions. I definitely say take it if you can. It's another audition experience, and all you're gonna have to pay for is like the cost of travel and stuff, but if it's gonna be worth it, then I definitely say do that if you get offered that. And then obviously the other group is that you don't get in. I didn't get a recall at Mountview either of the years I applied. I know people who have had a recall and have said the recall day was really, really fun, but obviously I can't tell you about that because I didn't have it. I know that they have a list of songs that they want you to sing in the recall, and that's available from whenever. I think they send it at your first round audition. They say you don't need this for the first round, but in preparation for the second round, these are the songs that you might need to sing. And it's a list, and it's got column A and column B, and it says if you sang your legit song, you'll need to sing one of these, and if you sang your contemporary song, you'll need to sing one of these. So most likely you'll need to sing one of the contemporary-ish songs off their list. I think you also have to keep all your other pieces that you'd already prepared, but I can't really tell you because I didn't do it. From my day, they recalled 5 people and they gave 10 people something else, so another audition for another course. So there was around 45 of us who just got a no. That's literally how it is at most places. They do have specific instructions on their website about your pieces and things, the lengths and things that they need to be, so definitely follow that. I noticed it quite confusing on their website. It says either 2 contrasting songs both from musicals, or 2 contrasting songs one from a musical and one from a genre of your own choice. I would say have your legit and your contemporary, because the first year I applied, I just used 2 contemporary songs, but 2 contrasting contemporary songs, and it didn't go well for me. Like, they wanted to hear your legit. So even though they say that, like, have a genre from your own choice, I would say, this is just my opinion, but I would say go with your legit and your contemporary. That's the safest option. That's probably what you've got prepared anyway. But yeah, I think that is everything from my Mountview audition. If you've got any other questions, please ask me and I'll try and answer them. And good luck at your Mountview audition, which will be in the new Peckham building, which I've heard is very nice. So yeah, enjoy! Ugh. Sorry. Oh.